Yo, what's good? Back again for another video, and today we're going to be doing how to survive Rolling Loud. I went to Rolling Loud NYC and it was actually lit, but going there, it was a couple things that I wish that I knew or wish that somebody would have told me, so I'm here to tell y'all. The first thing that you need to figure out is transportation. How you get in there? Are you taking a car? Are you taking an Uber? Are you taking a bus? So if you're taking public transportation, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of gonna be like the best one that's for you, because with public transportation, it's not going to be as crowded. When you're in the area, it's going to be crowded as hell. It's going to be very crowded. There's going to be a lot of people there, and it's going to be a lot of traffic. So I feel like public transportation is going to be your best bet, because you could just hop off and just hop right back on. Easy like that. Now, if you're driving, if you really want to drive there, because I know some people that really want to drive there, I'm not going to lie, your best bet is to park somewhere close, but not too close to the arena, because like I said before, it's going to be very packed. It's going to be so much traffic. It's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be hard for you to find a parking space. So what I would suggest is you do like a hybrid, half and half. You drive most of the way there, find a train station that's like close to there, and then hop on the train. So then at the end of the night, you're not going through a big ass crowd trying to find your car, or even if you find a parking space, like you could just hop on the train and be good. As soon as you get off the train, you hop in your car, you go home. Another thing that we have is Ubers. Now, Ubers is definitely a good thing too, but in the beginning, Ubers are going to be fine, because you're going to be going from wherever your area is at, and it's not going to be as crowded. But think about it, at the end of the concert, everybody is going to be going home. Everybody's going to be making their way outside, and there's going to be a lot of people who have the same ideas just as you. Oh, let's get in an Uber. So what I've seen out there is there's a lot of people who were getting Ubers, and it was either getting canceled or it was like an hour wait time. So once again, you could do this if you really want to do this, but I would suggest your best bet is either public transportation or car/public transportation. All right, number 2. Forever, which Rolling Loud you're going to, whether it's Miami, Los Angeles, and NYC, you need to figure out the weather. Whatever 3 days that they're having it, you need to figure out what weather is going on, and you need to figure out what clothes you're gonna be wearing. So let's say if it's in NYC, it was kind of warm in the beginning, and then at night it got cold as hell. So the thing that I would do is I would bring like a light jacket and a sweater. So throughout the day, I'm not hot as ever, but I'm okay. And then once it gets to the night, I'm good, because I have the sweater and the jacket. Number 3, food and drinks. All right, so I would suggest that before you even get to the arena or wherever it's at, you eat like on your way there. So when you're going to the arena or whatever, you still have that energy, you still have that food inside your body. Don't eat 2-3 hours before you're leaving and expect it to be all peaches and cream. You're gonna be hungry once you get there, and you're gonna want to spend money. And don't get me wrong, you can spend money at the event. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but it is expensive as hell. It is expensive, and it's not even like it's expensive for very good food. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad food, but I just feel like it's not worth it. It's not worth the money that you got to give up. So I would say your best bet is eat and bring something to drink before you get in there. Now, when you get in there, 9 times out of 10, they're going to make you throw out whatever bottle you have. Now, if you want to sit in there and you can get it in the way you get it in, that's on you. I'm not sitting here saying you should go and sneak something in, but if you do that, that's on you. I'm not gonna lie, when I went out there, I bought lemonade, and I think it was mac and cheese, and I think it came up to like $24. And the mac and cheese was like this big. It was not something, it was nothing special. It was regular mac and cheese that should have been, let's say, $12. Altogether, it shouldn't have been the price that it should have, that it was going for. So I suggest you do what I say and eat something and drink something before you get there. All right, number 4, pregame. This is for all my people that's 21 and up. Pre-game before you get there. When I tell you the stuff that is there is expensive as it's very expensive. When I was out there, me and one of my friends, we bought a 4 Loco, and a 4 Loco, I think, if I'm not wrong, it was about $20. $20. I don't know where everybody else is at, but in NYC, a 4 Loco is like $4. I'm probably even lying on that. It's probably cheaper than that, but a 4 Loco is very cheap. So for it to be $20, it doesn't make any sense. They're just trying to get you. They're trying to get their extra money. So, like I said, pre-game, I would say if you're going with your friends, buy like a bottle or something. Pre-game before you get there. Make sure you get lit before you get there, so you can be right. So when you get in there, you're not buying drinks. And if you do buy a drink, you're not spending so much money, so you can get a good enough feeling. All right, number 5. Number 5 is very important. Number 5 is set time. There's going to be certain people that you want to see that are going on at the same time. So I would suggest that you try to figure out before like you even get there who you really want to see. Try to plan it out. Now, I'm not going to lie. I try to plan it out and it's not going to work exactly, but it's better than going in there with no plan at all. I would say plan it out and make sure you go to who you want to see, because you guys got to remember, it's 3 stages going on. And I don't know how it is in other areas, but in New York, the stages are kind of close, but they're a walk. So let's say if Chief Keef is going on at 9:10, you need to start walking over there about like 9 o'clock, because like other people are going to be going there at the same time. And it depends if you want to get in the front, if you want to get a good spot to see the artist, you want to make sure that you get there kind of early. Oh, and a little trick that you can do that I got from this person at Rolling Loud, you can make sure you put your the set times as your screensaver. So when you're in the event, because I don't know about y'all, when I'm in the event, I'm very like lit, I'm very like going through a lot of emotions, like I'm not really worried about certain things. So putting it as my screensaver definitely was something that was a very good helper, because it's like, yo, boom, soon as I open my phone, not even open it, soon as I press the button for my phone, it's right there. I don't got to go to my pictures, I don't got to unlock my phone, because I'm not gonna lie, the first day that I did it, I put it in just my pictures, and I kept unlocking my phone. It was taking too much, like it was taking too much time, it was just doing too much. So I would suggest you get the set times for that certain day and put it as your screensaver. Oh, another thing is, so the really big artists, or like the artists who have a lot of fans, are gonna be like more so towards the night. Now the little artists or the littler artists are gonna be like in the beginning, so it's not gonna be as hard. I'm not gonna say that, but it's not gonna be as much people going for like the artists throughout the day, like during the 1 o'clocks, 2 o'clocks. Once it gets, I would say, about to like 3 or 4, depending on the day, that's when like the bigger known artists are coming out. So that's when I would say you really gotta plan and make sure that everything is all intact, all together. Oh, and another thing, you really have to plan out who you want to see, because like I said, certain set times are going to be at the same time, and you could try to go into certain, like leave one set to go to another set. I really don't suggest that unless you really want to see that person. I would kind of suggest you stay at that one spot, because you're probably in a good spot that you're at, and if you go to the other set, time is gonna be dwindling. By the time you walk over there, it depends what time, like half of the set is going to be done. I would suggest you just find an artist that you really want to mess with, stick with them. And then probably towards the end, if you want to leave, you can go to the other artists. All right, number six, mosh pits. So I'm not gonna lie, this is my first year going to a Rolling Loud and actually being in mosh pits. And when I say mosh pits is crazy, mosh pits are definitely crazy. If you're not ready for a mosh pit, I would not recommend it. You gotta hype yourself up. You gotta not even hype yourself up. You gotta get yourself in a certain type of state of mind to do mosh pits. So it just depends on what artist you're really like going to see. Like the little artists, the mosh pits are not too crazy. But if you're not prepared for it, those little mosh pits, you're not gonna be prepared for the big artist mosh pits, because they go freaking crazy, bro. They go stupid. If you are preparing to go into the mosh pits, one thing I highly suggest is do not wear good shoes at all. Do not wear good shoes, because there's no, oh, I could save them. People are going to be stepping on your shoes. People are going to be dirtying your shoes. And it's not going to be on purpose. It's just everything that's going on. It's going to be a lot of things going on. So certain people are going to just be stepping on your shoes or whatever. It's going to be too much. So whatever shoes you wearing, just be ready to be like, all right, if they get dirty, they get dirty. Don't get mad if somebody steps on your shoes. If you want to come fly to Rolling Loud, stay in the back. Don't go in the mosh pits. I went to Stunnerful Vegas. I went to one of his sets, and his mosh pits weren't too crazy. Stunnerful Vegas has a lot of like hood music, so it's a lot of hood people out there. So yeah, they get lit, but they're not raging. Like the little artists with not that many like raging songs, that's gonna be good for you. Usually with the mosh pits, you have little room to move by. You could push people. When I was in the Travis mosh pit, I was like this, bro. Like this, you're literally shoulder to shoulder. It's no moving, like it's barely any movement. And I was in the front, like I was really close. I wasn't at the gate, but a couple, like I would say like 2-3 more rows of people, and I would have been right at the gate. Like I was that close. So if you want to be that close, you got to be careful, because those mosh pits are crazy. Travis Scott mosh pit was crazy. It was so much like I had to leave that mosh pit, because it's like, one, I didn't know Travis Scott. Like I messed with Travis Scott, but I didn't know Travis Scott concerts go that crazy. So one, Travis Scott has a lot of raging songs. So you gotta prepare yourself, because other artists, like let's say a Uzi, when I went to Lil Uzi set, Uzi had his raging songs, but Uzi also has his calm songs. For people in the mosh pits who need like a little break, that's perfect for you, because you're not gonna go as crazy, you don't have to jump as much, you don't have to do too much. Conserve your energy. Do not waste out all your energy in the beginning of the set. You are not gonna last, you are not gonna survive at all. Preserve it throughout the time. Do not try to scream, jump throughout the time, the whole time, because one, it's likely that you are gonna pass the fuck out. Preserve your energy. Certain songs, you'll be good, but I would say certain songs don't get too hyped. Certain songs, you know, bob your head, you know, push people around and all that, but don't push out too many energy. Here's another tip that you could take. So when you're in the mosh pit and people is pushing up on you, you want to make room for yourself. Now, it's so much people out there, you got to be aggressive. But when I say aggressive, don't be confrontational. Don't be the person that's trying to start a fight. People know that it's going to be a lot of people out there. People know it's going to be raging, it's going to be whatever. So people are not really too, they're not going to get too angry that you're pushing them, because it's going to be a lot of pushing. So one way that I would say to help you, let's say if you need some air, like you really you can't do it no more, like too much people is on you, you could, so you're going to spread your hands out like this, and then you're going to spread your butt out a little bit. So you're making way. So like, pause, you're going to be pushing your butt out and pushing your hands out at the same time, so that you're making space for yourself, so where you have some air, you have some type of like circulation or some type of airflow around you, because too much people is going to be like this. Now, for Cardi, I was able to do that. For Uzi, I was able to do that. For Travis, I was not able to do that shit at all, bro. At fucking all. So there was no way for me to push like that. And after a while, like I said, you're out there all day, bro. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to be exhausted as hell. So another thing you should definitely do is bring a water bottle. Before you get into the concert, bring an empty water bottle. They'll allow it. And go fill your water up at the water spot. They have designated water spots. So before the sets even start, fill up your water bottle, and throughout the time, so you don't get dehydrated and exhausted, don't guzzle all the water down. Take little sips. Just only do it for your hydration, so you can get a little bit of energy, so you can be good and you can last through the whole set. Another thing I would say, if you are claustrophobic, or if you like can't really deal with a lot of people around you, I wouldn't suggest going in the mosh pit. If you're very short, I wouldn't suggest going in the mosh pit. I've seen females in the mosh pit. Females go crazy in the fucking mosh pit. But to all my ladies out there, I know y'all like to be pretty. I know y'all like to, you know what I'm saying? The mosh pits get crazy. They don't care what type of, look, bro, like, they're giving out hands to everybody, bro. It's gender neutral. They do not give a